The Asian Avengers. So weak.
The Asian Avengers. So weak. So fuckable, bro. You know? Whoa. There's 5 Asian guys together. Wow.
Together. Did you ever go through a stealing phase?
Do I think everyone should have a gun? Maybe.
Or you can look me up. I don't care. I'll fight you. I don't care.
You want to get high as fuck? You like opium?
Welcome to another episode of the Asian Not Asian podcast. This is Mike Nguyen. I am here by myself. Not really by myself.
Come on.
Come on. Hey, but I do have a special guest. I'm just going to bring him up because Fumi is not here. Fumi is out being a professional comedian, whereas I am an amateur comedian. That's what I do. I do this for free. Before I bring on our co-host here, I just want to do a couple of quick things. Shout out to, well, there's a whole bunch of stuff on here. I don't know what I need to do. Usually, honestly, Fumi does all this. He does all this stuff.
Dad's not here. What are you going to do?
Dude, this whole... I am so nervous. I am sweating right now because I am so afraid
tell.
of fucking up.
It looks hot.
This tech shit that I have to do. I have all these cameras. I have all of my sound equipment up. I don't know if I'm doing any of this right.
Dude, you're acing it right now.
I'm
looking at you right now. I'm just
holy
not. Shit. This guy's in flow state.
Before we begin, I just want to say... right now, what does Fumi usually say? If you're on whatever app you're using, take a screenshot and post it up on your Instagram. Please tag us at AsianNotAsianPod. Leave us a review on iTunes. That always helps. Check out our merch. We have merch now. I don't know if you've checked it out. Some people are buying all sorts of merch. We've got anal T-shirts now, which is that was Fumi's idea, but people are buying it.
I've been seeing some pretty hot girls tagging you guys wearing sweatshirts that say anal.
Oh,
and I'm like, that's dangerous.
That's not even our shirts. I'll say it. That's just something else. Please check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/AsianNotAsianPod. I am Mike Nguyen, and Fumi is not here, so I have a very special guest host. This is the first time I'm ever doing this, which is why I'm so sweaty. But our guest host, you guys, he barely needs an introduction. He's a friend of the pod. You're not even a guest.
I'm a friend of the pod.
You're a friend of the pod. You are.
I'm a son of the pod. That's how close we are.
Son of the pod. He is the co-host of Mango Bae.
You know what it is.
With Osama Siddiqui, comedian, great hair.
Hey, thank you.
Sexy comedy. Dad vibes?
I get uncle vibes a lot.
Do you?
I prefer dad because uncle is like, that's got a molester tone to it.
That's
okay. You know what I mean?
That's what I want.
Say uncle, it's like, ooh, dad, that's like daddy. Ooh, zaddy. But there's no Zuncle. Zuncle.
Well, comedy Zuncle. It's Pranav Behari, everybody. Woo-woo. Thanks for coming.
Up? Thank you for having me.
This. I am usually... Fumi, whenever I go away, I go away because I am tending to my life.
Yeah, you have a life.
I have a life. I have a wife. I have to do all sorts of stuff. I have to review paperwork.
You're filing things.
I'm filing things. I'm
collating things.
I'm going and checking on various properties. No, I don't know any properties.
Notarized, getting shit notarized.
I'm getting things notarized. I'm stopped by the bank. But when Fumi goes away, he's like, oh yeah, I performed to 3 people, 3 freshmen at Hershey Kisses Chocolate University.
I just did 20 minutes at an orgy in Skokie, Illinois.
That is absolutely Fumi's vibe to do. Like to bomb for 30 minutes in front of one child molester.
Yeah.
Oh man, he paid well though.
Yeah,
you know?
Paid real well.
It was super good.
Because he thought Fumi was a child.
Because he thought Fumi was a child. and Fumi had to wear the codpiece the whole time. But you know what? It pays. Whatever it takes to pay. But usually when he's away, he has a sexy update, kind of with his like sexy correspondent, like a sex correspondent, senior sex correspondent last time with Kenise Mobley. Right, super funny, super fun. And I don't know. I have to admit, whenever Fumi does one of these guest podcasts where he has another co-host, I'm jealous. I really am. I'm jealous.
Are you jealous of the co-host or are you jealous of Fumi? It's both.
Both.
Wow.
I really am. I'm jealous of his young vibes. Yeah. I'm jealous of his tiny body.
I want Fumi's body.
Right, I do too.
Yeah.
Right, just so small, he can
be in there.
Fit into things.
Fit in anywhere.
Right,
you know?
He looks good in all.
Squeeze through crevices.
Uniqlo, extra small.
Yeah, you can shop at Uniqlo comfortably.
He could shop at the kids section.
Dude,
at
I bought
Uniqlo.
pants at Uniqlo once. I put them on. They looked like leggings. They straight up look like leggings. I
Yeah.
was like, this is not going to work for me.
No. I have my thighs touch.
Yeah, exactly.
My thighs touch. I can't shop.
My
at
thighs are
Uniqlo.
very good friends.
That's how when you come into the Uniqlo, they instead of like the temperature check on the
Yeah.
forehead, they slide a piece of paper between
they
your thighs.
put a piece of paper.
And if they can't slide it in there, just get the fuck out of here,
Oh my
fatty.
God. They've got a mean Asian mom there slipping a piece of paper through.
Fatty. But whenever Fumi does one of these things, he has like a sexy episode. And I wanted to have a sexy episode
Hey, came to the right place.
this time. That's why I wanted to. Today's theme is the hot older co-host edition.
Wow, that's
That's-
very specific.
Because I think
This
that's
is a once in a lifetime episode.
I think that you and I were very analogous. Like Fumi and Usama and you and I, we have this kind of
I agree.
analogous relationship.
agree.
I don't know, and I hope I mean that in the best way.
Yeah.
Because I guess I'm doing okay. But like I don't want to ever. I sometimes wonder if other comedians look at me and go, "Man, what the fuck is Mike doing?"
Why, dude? You're killing it.
I mean, it's doing okay, but like I don't know. I never feel like
Dude,
I'm
I
like,
see you out there. You're killing it,
I'm
man.
trying to do my thing.
You're doing all the spots. Come on.
I'm trying to do my thing, but I feel like you and I, we have an analogous relationship in that we have paired up with these younger, what I would call chaotic energy comics.
Somewhat, yeah.
Somewhat,
I think
right?
I'm more chaotic than you are.
You
though,
are more chaotic
know?
than me, but you it's you and Osama and then me and Fumi, and we're like the older statesmen,
Elder statesmen of the pod.
of the podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You guys have your own energy on Mango Bay, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like
We're in the mangrove, by the way.
We are.
You need to inhabit the Mango Bay energy now,
This
Say
is-
something about cum. Just say
Oh, yeah,
something
hold on.
about cum.
Usually this is when Osama's sitting here like this, and he's like, "Oh, bros, have you ever like come really hard before?
You're cum really hard.
really hard, guys."
It's an act out
that's
with it.
Absolutely what what Osama does. But I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to bring you on because you got the older sex. I feel you are me in a parallel universe.
Yeah. I feel
where-
that, bro. I
you
feel
know what I'm
like
saying?
a hundo, man.
Where
hundo.
I didn't meet my wife and like go down that path. I could have been you, bro.
Yeah, you could have been me.
And I mean, look at this. You got your own apartment.
It's a nice big place.
You got the mango grove.
You got the mangrove.
You got the
It's
hair.
Cum stains
Cum
everywhere.
stains everywhere.
Dude, like I got chains. Look at this. I got chest hair.
Right, you do. You
know?
got the chest hair.
I'm
You
like
got-
a 70s bachelor. I'm like a 1970s
you
style
are.
bachelor.
You're like a 70s bachelor, but you also have a like the American Apparel hoodie on.
That's true.
You know?
Wow, what an eye.
Right?
What an eye you
oh,
have.
I know. I
You
had
know.
that because I had that hoodie also
Yeah.
in 2009, and I diverted it into like the married life. But I could have kept wearing my American Apparel hoodie.
Yeah, you had to graduate to something else.
But I could have been you, bro.
Yeah,
You know,
could have been.
and that's why I wanted to have you here, and I have so many questions about
Okay.
about you
get
and
into it.
I guess like because I know so many young comics and young people. A lot of my friends are like in their early 30s or late 20s, and they're out there. They're on the apps. They're like, Fumi's out there trying to fuck and
Yeah.
sending dick pics and shit like that.
Fumi's in an open relationship,
He
right?
is. He's in an open relationship,
Yeah.
which is
It's always perilous for a guy.
it's especially for Fumi. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, God, the balls on Fumi.
I know. What are you doing, Fumi?
Maria, his girlfriend, is so cute. It's so nice. And he's just like, you know what? I'm going to let it ride. Put everything on the line.
That's Bushido style, baby. That's what that is.
Bushido style.
Dashing headlong into certain death.
Yes, exactly. It's either it's glory for the emperor or nothing. That's what Fumi is always after. But I mean, for you, I feel you have this like not older. You're not old, but like you have this vibe. I've seen this before. I've seen this happen before. For me, like people don't hit on me, which is fine. I'm totally okay with that. But like I've seen people hit on you right in front of me. Recently we were at the barbershop show.
Yeah.
And it's a great show in New York, and it's still hanging on in the pandemic. And I had to go, but I was like, hey man, let's have a shot before I go.
Hell yeah.
So you and I, we went to this bar like right around the corner where they were having outdoor drinks, and I was like, hey man, I want to have a drink or a quick shot. And the bartender waitress person was like, don't I know you?
Oh,
Do you
right.
remember this?
Okay, I remember
Don't
this
I
now.
know you? And you were like, no, I don't think so, blah, blah, blah. And she was just like, okay. And then she goes and gets a drink, or she gets her drink, and we're like, I'm like, okay, I gotta go. And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna stay at the show and keep watching, the rest of the comics.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, so that means you can come back and hang out with me.
Oh, God.
Remember this? And I was
Yeah.
like, holy
The thing
shit.
is, I may very well have known her, but I'm just blind to white people. I'm white blind. I have white blindness where I'm like, they kind of, yeah. But yeah, the problem is, it would have been great if she just, I don't date white women is the problem, too.
You don't. At all?
I don't know. No, I'll fuck a white woman occasionally,
Okay.
but like it's just not for me.
You've never dated one?
No, that's not true. I mean, look, I
Okay.
grew up in like Podunk, Pennsylvania,
Okay, there
so
you
I
go.
had to cut my teeth. You know,
With a farmhand.
Yeah, on a farm
With a
and
fine
some
farm
farmers'
woman.
daughters. You know,
When she was plowing the field.
but I've just never been that into them. Like, I mean, look, there's objectively attractive people of every race,
Right.
you know, but it's just not what I gravitate towards,
Right.
you know? So it's a problem because we live in a white country,
Yep.
essentially. And so who is it that I'm mostly going to be around at bars here, there, everywhere? It's like a lot of white people.
Right.
And white women, like I was coming back from the gym just this morning, and like there was like a line of white women who were just like through their masks. I didn't have my mask up, and they were just like eyeing me, and I was like, please don't be white and do
Wow.
that. Wow.
So like this, I mean, because
That's not even a boast, There's
Okay.
just a lot of people. It's crowded. That's all.
Okay.
Maybe they didn't hit it on. Maybe they were just like, look at that big hairy freak,
Well, no, because I think that's an interesting, because if Fumi was here, he would agree with me. And in fact, he is here. He's in my pocket because he's that small.
He's tiny.
He's tiny. He could be in this room. We'd have no idea. No, but I think this is like a very, maybe not so much anymore, but like for some Asian dudes, whatever. I'm not here to like complain or whatever, but like there's a lot of times where my friends will get hit on, like the women will like go through me to hit on my friends. Like I
Right.
have another guy friend, although he's Asian, so maybe this doesn't work, but like he's a good looking dude. And like we went out, me and him, we were having drinks, and like women were just like salivating, or they were just like going right through me to get to him. And like this does not happen to me. Like, and I've got,
And you don't want it to happen to you
I
because you're
don't,
married.
because I'm married. But my thing isn't to. I do not snatch the fly from my beautiful face. Okay, I draw.
What is that?
No.
What is that mysterious Asian metaphor you just dropped on me?
I've set back the race a lot, but people don't hit on me. But people like straight up hit on you. And I don't know what, I mean, I get it. Got the hair. You're pretty tall. How tall are you?
6'1".
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You hear that? That was the sound of like 100 right swipes. You hear that? 6'1".
No, but you know what? It's funny because I was listening to the last pod that Fumi did with Kenise, and I was surprised to hear Fumi do that thing on Tinder with his name where he changes his name and then he gets more swipes. Mm-hmm. And I'm not on the apps because I just don't want to be, and I'm fucking done with that shit right now.
Right, because you got too much pussy. Got it.
I'm just exhausted by fucking relationships at this point. But I think there is a thing where like if they see my name Pranav, they're just like, oh, they just hear like
really?
they hear primitive drums and then boom, 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 boom. No matter how hot I might look in the pics or whatever, they're
Right.
just like, this is too ethnic. He's gonna stone me or something if I reject him. Which true, I will. Acid in the face. No, I won't do that. Just come in the face.
Yeah, there
But
you
sorry,
go.
I keep forgetting this isn't Mango Bay.
No, go ahead, do
you
it,
guys
dude,
are a
man.
proper.
I'm in the Grove.
You're in the Grove.
I'm in
man.
the Grove.
When you dance with the devil.
I am.
Okay, you
I
don't
have
change
no
the
idea.
devil. The devil changes you.
You ever come, bro? You ever come?
do it, man.
Dude, bro, you come ever?
But I want to try that now and see what it's like if I put my name as like it's John or whatever, and just see how much more sex I can get that
Really?
way. Yeah.
Has this been, because like, again, Fumi and I will talk about how there's sort of like before Crazy Rich Asians and after Crazy Rich Asians, and then like, people were like, oh, hey, Asian guys can be sexy too. Like, did you Did you have this? You didn't have like a millionaire, like what's that movie?
I don't think Slumdog Millionaire did much for sex or Indians and sex. So they're like, Indians are poor and skinny and indigent. No, they're like, it's hot. No, not at all. But I think with Indians, it's more like a thing of like, white women are like, especially white women are like yoga, meditation, chakras.
Yeah, there you go.
Spirituality. And so that's really the draw, you know what I mean? And you'll find some really, really attractive women who are into that stuff because they're really into their bodies and stuff like that. But I think that's more the entry point.
Got it.
No one's looking at Cal Penn and being like, oh my God.
Oh, I see.
Somebody give me a towel for my vagina right now. No way.
So is that part of the, I'm not into white women thing because like, you're not sure if they're going to be into you or they're going to ask you to like, help them on their downward facing dog.
I don't mind. And look, I don't mind white people being into Indian stuff, especially if they're like really earnest about it. Sure. Like, why would I ever want to turn somebody away from like what's a really what I consider a great path? The people who I hate are the ones who like really gentrify it,
right? And
are like, this is Jennifer's yoga, It's like by me, Jennifer.
Yep.
And they're like, it's we do it with rosé or whatever,
right?
Get the fuck out of here. But they're just like that, like earnest seekers who like are interested in all that. Go for it, like I wish you the best. No, it's not that. It's that I'm honestly just not that attracted to white women. And I just got to put that out there.
Okay.
And
I
also
feel the same way. I mean, I get it.
I'm not it. And the thing is like there's also a relatability because my first relationship was with a white woman, and I felt throughout the relationship, and this term wasn't in vogue then because I was young, but it was like, and I don't use this term a lot, but like it felt very gaslighty in a sense of like invalidating my own experience as like a brown dude.
Really?
And she wasn't intentionally trying to do it because in her mind, she's like, oh, no, let me show you we're universal. And there is a truth to universality among humans. But it's like you can deny my own experience and you can deny my politics based on my experience, just because you're uncomfortable with it or it doesn't sit right with you, And that was a lot of it with her. And she was a fine person otherwise, great, funny, all that. But in general, I was like, I can't be with a white woman. I can't do it. And there's just a certain baseline level of being basic with a white woman.
Yes.
Where I'm just like, it's just that literally that sound. The sound of bemusement, where I'm like, I just can't with you right now. And I feel bad because it's not like I don't find white women attractive. There's again tons of them, and
sure.
And I'm friends with a lot of white women too, who I think are great. But that's just not who I want to share my bed, let alone my life with.
Right. I always think about. There's so many times when I'm eating dinner with Gina, and I'm like, we're eating just like straight up rice with fish sauce and kimchi and shit. And I'm just like, I don't know if a white woman would be into eating this every fucking... I could do that every fucking day.
Dude, you know
no
what?
Problem.
Here was a big telltale for me.
Okay.
A few years back, 6-7 years back, I was dating a white woman, which was on me. That's my
That's
bad.
on you, bro.
I was in a rough place in my life.
Okay, yes.
I'm a fiend for like Korean food specifically. Like I love Korean food.
We're going to talk about that. Oh, yeah.
I love it, and I cook it too. Like I make kimchi jjigae, I make all kinds of shit.
Right.
And I was like, okay, this woman's coming over. Let me make some kimchi jjigae. And I made like a really nice spicy pot of kimchi jjigae with some samgyeopsal in it, and like it was good. It was so good. Like I make really good kimchi jjigae. And she came over, and I was like, hey, let's have some of this. It's great. And she took one. It wasn't Indian. It's Korean food.
Yes.
And she takes one sip. She's like, I can't. I don't think I can eat it. I don't think I can eat it.
No.
And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, what do you want to do for dinner then? And this dum-dum, whatever, she's a dum-dum, fuck it. This fucking dum-dum went across the street to McDonald's.
No.
Got a cheeseburger, brought it back. I ate kimchi jjigae, and I was sitting there watching her just nibbling on a McDonald's cheeseburger. It was the most basic thing you can get from McDonald's too. Like it was a hamburger, a McDonald's hamburger
over kimchi jjigae.
And she's just nibbling on it like a mouse, and I'm looking at her, and I was like, my dick will never get hard for this person. It's just impossible.
That's it.
And I drew the line in the sand there. I was like, this is it.
That's it.
This is it. I can't date another white woman.
No.
You know?
Damn, dude.
I was like, I tried, and like she was like pretty attractive aside from that, you know? And I was like, you know, I want to fuck and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
but I was like, I can't do this, you know? I cannot do this. And that's Korean food.
Right.
If she had done that with Indian food,
That's a whole
I
other
might have
thing.
stoned her.
Did you ever try to feed her Korean food?
Indian
Not
food?
Indian food, I mean?
No, of course not. That was pretty early. We were like, we hadn't been, you know.
Shit.
It was like fifth date or something.
Is that a test for you? Like, do you ever, like, at a certain point in the relationship, you're like, okay, this is it, Indian night,
Bro,
you know?
I mean, listen, yes and no. You know, it takes a long time for a woman to get to Indian night with me.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Yeah. Among my last few not my last girlfriend, the girlfriend before that got to Indian night and passed with flying colors because she wasn't white. You know?
Okay.
And so for me, Indian night is that's going to be, and it's not just Indian night because I don't eat at Indian restaurants in New York because most of them are trash.
Okay.
So it's always going to be my mom's cooking, which is not just. Oh no, that's like titty milk right there.
Dude.
If you're rejecting that, you're rejecting me.
Yes.
You know, get the fuck
I
out.
assume also that when you mean titty milk, your mom's actual titty milk is
going in there.
the food.
We're a dairy culture. We're a dairy culture.
You know, because you can't do it with the cows. So you got the titty milk from the mom.
We make all of our ghee, our unclarified butter with the titty milk. We're mama's boys and girls. But I can't do it. If a woman can't eat a certain way, I will not.
Right.
No way.
Right.
No way. You know.
I just to kind of continue with the hot older energy that you bring. Do you feel like? I guess a 2-part question.
No.
Do you feel like over time your approach has like changed? You know what I'm saying?
Like women?
Yeah, because for me, you know, hey, I stopped dating in 2008 and shit. That's it, you know? And like,
Lucky
if I had to go out to the club right now, I would be like, all right, you know, where's my trucker hat? And where's my Justin Timberlake?
Where's my Von Dutch?
Yes, where's my Von Dutch? And you know, like that's
back into
literally me. If when Gina divorces me, it's any moment now. I will revert
Gina,
immediately back to 2008 Mike Nguyen with the deep V. What is the move? What, you know, have you what's the way that older hot guys hit on women versus...
Honestly, I don't.
Okay. Interesting.
I don't really. I mean, I don't hit on. The last time I can think of that I hit on a woman, like just at a bar.
Yeah.
Oh man. It was last year, and actually even then I didn't hit on her. She kind of came on to me. This is maybe 4 years ago. This is the last time I hit on a woman at a bar, and it's because I saw her looking at me.
Got it.
And I was with a group of my friends, and I was just very direct. I just went up to her. I was like, "Hey, I saw you looking at me." I was like, "Why don't you come over and it was her and her friends, like, why don't you guys come over and have a drink with us?" Wow. And that was it. I mean, for me, it's always best to just be earnest, you know?
See, that's what earlier when I was talking about the fly, catching the fly with the face. That's what I'm.
What is catching a fly with your face?
What I'm saying is that, like,
you got a greasy face, is what that means.
What I'm saying is that, like, you know, I feel that a younger guy energy is like, I gotta learn moves and pickup lines. And you know what I'm saying? Like whole like seduction.
It's like, hey, your left tit is saggier than your right tit.
Oh, I got a negged her.
Yeah, but lucky I'm into that.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what I want. You know, because you're weird. You know, like that's like that. That's like the young guy move. Yeah. Whereas the older guy move is just like, hey, here I am. I'm super fucked up.
I'm about to die. Please fuck me.
Please fuck me.
I'm gonna die soon.
That's what I'm. That's the fly with the face.
Hello,
okay?
Make-A-Wish Foundation. I need to fuck.
That's the older guy. That's the move. The older guy move is just like, here I am. Here's my face. Let's see if I can catch some flies. That's
okay. Yeah,
that's the move.
I mean, I think that is kind of it. I haven't hit on a woman in a while, and I don't actually have any interest in doing it going forward right now for a little bit, but. For me, it's just like, it's always, and for me, I don't, it's not just if I see somebody and I think they're attractive, that can never be right? For me, it's like, if I see them and then I see them looking at me and expressing some kind of interest, then maybe, because also I'm always hesitant to like ruin someone's night by like,
by just like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't want to fucking do that. Right. And I don't like it when people do that to me either. Sure. So, you know, if I'm really feeling like, oh, there's something there, and I see that they're looking a few times, I'll just go up and be like, hey, how's it going?
Wow.
You know, how you doing? How's your night going?
Damn.
Do you want to have a drink?
It's just this is the difference between you and me. Okay, the confidence level you have.
Well, dude,
is
you've been
so
married
high.
for 12 years.
It's just so high.
You've
I
been
just
married
can't do
for
this.
12 years.
I cannot take this.
And everyone knows that marriage is a confidence corroder. You know?
That's it. Okay, no more hot older guy
the
energy
negging
for me,
game.
man.
That's the difference in negging between women and men. Is like a guy will go to a woman at a bar and be like, "Hey, what's up? Yeah, you got a big ears, but luckily I'm into that." You know?
Yeah.
And then that'll be it. Then maybe they'll like go home with them. Can I buy you a you a Jägermeister shot or whatever?
Yeah.
When a woman negs you, it's like you're already in the relationship, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, you have bad credit and back hair." But I love you so much, you know?
Shit.
And then that's the deeper neg, you know? That just keeps you in. That's like, I can never leave this safe zone where I'm accepted of perfect acceptance.
I am suddenly having a huge amount of flashbacks of all the different things that Gina has said to me. That has made me
shit, man. I'm sorry, bro.
Just like, I understand it now, and that's it. That's the older guy energy, man. So the other thing I want to talk
I love this. You guys have questions on Asian, not Asian. You guys have write outlines.
I have outlines.
If we were in high school, Asian, not Asian, and Mango Bay would be cheating off of Asian, not Asian in study hall, you know?
Yes.
In fucking chem lab. We'd be like, what do you got there? Oh, okay, let's do that.
Right, but then at the same time, as Asian, not Asian is trying to get like the A and stuff like that, like Mango Bay is getting a blowjob at, you know what I'm saying, in the locker room.
From the teacher.
You're right, and Fumi and I are just like, how come nobody will fuck us? And you're just like, whatever. You ever come though? You ever come?
Yeah, I got some A.
So this is something I've always wanted to talk to you about is, and I kind of mentioned at the beginning, is do you ever feel, I don't know, I can't imagine you ever feel insecure, but do you ever feel so insecure about like, you know, the way that your co-host is doing comedy versus the way you might be doing comedy? So you
mean like stand-up specifically?
Just like, yeah, or just like the comedy arc career, you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
And, you know, I get to talk a lot of it's funny because I feel like I can talk shit about Fumi, although Fumi's the one who's going to edit this down, so it's going to be hilarious.
Fumi, be kind, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Be kind. I love you, Fooms.
Fumi, you're
10 feet tall.
Think of this as a love letter to Fumi that he has to listen to, and he's listening to it like on the airplane back from, you know, bumfuck Pennsylvania.
Oh, Fumi.
And
sorry, bro.
You know, like I see Fumi's career, and it's you know, he's doing all the right things as far as like he's on the road, he does road shit. He almost got onto America's Got Talent also, you know, and his story wasn't sad enough, I guess.
Yeah.
And you know, he gets up a lot, he writes a lot, he does stuff for Comedy Central. And you know, I think when you first start off in the comedy game, you kind of get a sense that there's like kind of like a traditional way of doing it, right?
Yeah.
Like where you're doing a lot of mics, and then you're doing the club spots, and you're doing that, and then you're progressing to being on the road, and then, you know, like that's kind of like the classic way of doing stand-up.
Yeah.
Right. And I knew right away when I got into this that was not going to be how it was, because I'm not going to be out until like 1:30 in the morning hanging out with lowlifes.
Okay.
You know, at like the Chuckle Hut and shit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be doing that.
Yeah.
I want to go on the road, but like I want to go on the road my way. You know, I don't want to stay at a Ramada Inn. You know what I'm saying? I want to get those star points or whatever the fuck it is. Right. That's me. I'm a fancy bitch.
Yeah.
But I feel sometimes I'm like, oh shit, is this the right way to do it versus the way that Fumi's doing it, which is, you know, he's really grinding it out.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel that way with Usama? Because like Usama's like, you know, he has a mental health problem as far as comedy goes.
No.
Know?
I think he's the most healthy mentally in terms of comedy.
Well, what I mean is that he is like he's so driven in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you get up a lot too, and I'm not like dinging you on any of that shit.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, do you ever go like, oh shit, like, is there, you know, like, oh, maybe I should try to get on America's Got Talent and shit like that, you know?
Well, America's Got Talent is definitely not for me.
Yeah.
Because that's just not, if you know any of my jokes or anything, it's no, you know? It's like, you know, America's got a problem. That they have to change the show, the name of the show. It's not really, like when I met Usama, I had just started comedy and he had been doing comedy for like 6 years already.
Oh, right.
You know? And because I'm older and I came in, I was already funny and I already knew who I am. So I don't feel any kind of insecurity about that because I'm still just kind of getting started a little bit.
Okay.
And for me, I don't like. I think about my career,
Which I always have to. I always forget that because you do feel, and we've talked about this. You feel very relatively well formed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Versus like
I'm
other
still
open
forming.
micers.
You know what I mean?
But I'm saying that like a lot of open micers, people who are only a few years in, they have a jokey feel to their comedy, where it's like. Fuck, I don't even know. Like, hey, like what's going on with salt or
Three
whatever
lines.
the fuck it is.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And you have like a thing where I already kind of feel I know you from comedy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For me, look, the thing is about like Fumi, Usama, those guys are still doing open mics too.
Yeah.
And I still do open mics. I love open mics.
Yeah.
I think that's just where you have to do it to get better,
Right.
And the thing about it is this, man, is like comedy for me was like such an alignment in my life. Like
Really?
when I
Okay.
started it,
Yes.
everything became better in my life.
Really?
Because I
Okay.
was like, I'm
Yes.
finally doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Interesting.
Which people around me had been like, why don't you just try this? Why don't you try this?
Did you ever thought about doing it before?
Of course, but for part of me it was just like,
Right.
But then I something life-changing happened for me where I donated one of my kidneys to my mom.
Fuck off. Are you serious?
Yeah. And after that, I remember right after the surgery, I was just sitting there thinking, and I was like, I got to do something for me. I was like, I got to give myself a little treat.
I give myself a little treat.
Yeah,
And maybe a Toblerone.
Kind of a little bit of comedy as a treat.
Okay, as a
I was like, I want to try this, and like I was before that I was just a writer, and I was having okay success as a writer. I would get published here in their
That's cool.
essays and all that stuff, but I also never felt like it was really me, and I never really.
Yeah.
But the minute I started doing comedy, I was like, oh, this is
yes.
I'm going to do this till I'm dead.
Right.
And within 3 weeks, I was just like, I don't care about
all this
like,
other shit,
writing and any of that. I care about this.
Yep.
And I didn't feel any reservations or any conflict about it. So for me, win, lose, or draw, whatever it is, just doing it is the win for me.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
We are so similar. It's crazy. I mean, I'm the same. I feel the same way as far as like, there's like, it's like I should have been doing it the whole time. I just never had the courage to say that I should do it.
I think I got into it at the exact time, because if I had done this when I was in my early 20s, I would have ruined my life.
I would be dead.
You'd
for
be dead.
sure.
I would 100% be dead.
Yeah.
So I like to live my life like a tree and live in perfect harmony with time. And when the fruit bears, it bears itself.
Turning on so many white women
Oh
right
my
now
God.
with
Fuck.
your fucking wisdom. Stop with the wisdom, dude. You ever fucking cum, dude? Okay, just get more of that energy.
A cum tree, bearing cum fruit.
Okay, a tree. You're a tree.
But it's just like, for me, I just like doing it. I like going to open mics. It's shitty. Comics, like, I fucking hate open mics, man.
That's actually what you're saying.
I like doing open mics.
Yeah.
I like just doing the act of stand up.
Yes.
So much, and that's already given a lot to me, and I think just because of that energy, I've been able to advance fairly quickly in what I'm doing, because meaning I get booked a lot.
Right.
People I don't know will contact me for shows or whatever, and I get to like hang out with, honestly, Usama to me is there's nobody better in the game right now.
Yes, absolutely. He's killing it.
Like,
for sure.
he's just like not even just in terms of his career, but in terms of what he's like as a comedian and his abilities on stage.
Interesting. Yes.
My
okay.
ability, the fact that I get to work with that guy.
Yeah.
On like a daily basis, pretty much, is just making me so much better every day.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
And so for me, it's just all a fucking gift. I love doing it so much. Yeah, I have like a lot of ambitions, but I'm already seeing those things come to fruition.
Right.
Mango Bay's, it's doing great.
So
People
good.
love it, dude. Like, I've got a lot of pots cooking right now, but I don't want to think about that.
Right.
All I like to think about is jokes, and then let the rest kind of take care of itself.
Right.
So for me, it's like, look, it's obvious going in, working with Usama. This guy's been doing it the longest time. I think now he's been doing it 8-9 years, something
absolutely.
like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this guy's of course going to be at a certain place that I'm not yet, both at his level of ability and in terms of his actual material career. And for me, I only look at that as like, this is a fucking blessing, because he's also like my best friend.
Okay, so this is the other thing.
Yeah.
You guys are actually friends.
Yeah, if I was wired
This is where I
way,
do not relate to you at all.
Dude, if I was wired this way, I would just like choke on this guy's dick and die. You know, I would choke to death on his. I just love this guy so much.
How did you guys meet in the scene and all that?
Just met.
Do you guys
at an
remember
open
when
mic.
you first met?
I remember exactly when we first met. We met at an open mic at Otto's Shrunken Head.
Oh my God, Otto's. Was this the daytime one? The 3
The
p.m.
daytime one. It was a Neruda's mic
Neruda.
at the time.
What happened? Okay.
Neruda,
Anyways,
Neruda to Ruda.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I love Neruda. Shouts to him.
Yeah, shouts to Neruda.
And I had already heard about this guy Osama Siddiqui, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
And he shows up at this mic, and I'm doing some bits, and he's fucking laughing really hard at these bits.
Yeah. He
And I'm like,
loved.
oh,
Yes.
I got this guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. And then what I loved about him is that after the mic, I'm standing outside. He came up to me, he had no problem just coming up to me and be like, dude, you're fucking hilarious. He's like, how long you been doing it? Whoa, what? Oh my God. Da, da, da. He had no problem just coming up and giving love like that. And I was like, this guy's a model human being.
Absolutely
is. From there, we just gradually started to hang out. And like, I really used to go to him, and I still to this day go to him for advice about bits, about jokes, about, different things career-wise. And we've become, and he comes to me for things as well, of old guy shit.
Old guy shit.
And it's just honestly, I really, when I'm with him, I feel like in a very pure place of like, we're back in childhood, and we just sit on these couches, and what you see on camera is just the tip of the iceberg. You know, like we're just shitting our pants and just dying, and it's really, you're vibing. We're fucking vibing though. He
definitely he's definitely like the patron saint of comedy. He's like, he loves jokes. He loves jokes, open mics. He loves if nobody. I mean, he is going places, but if that didn't happen, he would still be at Otto's Shrunken. He would be there now.
He's there. He is there now.
He's probably there now.
After getting JFL, after getting
JFL,
all this stuff,
he's still there.
He still goes to the Otto's Shrunken Head mic.
He loves comedy, and you're right. He loves laughing. He loves like the same. I remember when I didn't know him super well at the time, and he would come in, and I knew who he was, and I was like, oh, you get nervous, which is silly, but like you get nervous at certain things because there's other comics who you want to impress, and of course he'll give you, he won't laugh at everything, but he appreciates a good joke. Yeah, and when he'll
look at somebody, he'll look in a place where nobody else in the audience is looking and see the laugh, and he'll laugh at it.
Yes, exactly.
He's that generous of a guy.
He's cool. It's cool that you guys are friends because and we were talking about
this. You and Fumi are arch enemies.
Yes, we are.
You guys fucking hate each other.
Yes, I keep my enemies extremely close. I was like, I hate this guy so much. I want to start a podcast with him. All right, that's how fucking devious I am. All right, the Japanese got us before. I'm gonna get one of them.
I know. This is like K-drama level revenge plot.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, in 10 years when we're both CEOs of the company, then I'll reveal like I actually bought all of his stocks. Okay, now he doesn't have
all his stocks in comedy.
All his stocks. all your comedy stocks are mine. And also, your son is actually my son. Whoa, yeah. I have to wait for him to get huge. No. I was telling you this before. Is that Fumi and I? It's crazy. Sometimes it's crazy to think about, but he is like my little brother.
Yeah.
And I mean that in all, like, I hope Fumi doesn't cry. He cries so fucking much, little bitch.
Does he really?
He cries a lot. He's very sensitive.
Really?
Oh my God.
Fumi's emo like that?
He's very emo.
His name Emo Abe.
That's a Japanese name.
It might be.
Yeah, I think that was one of the emperors. Emo Abe.
Emo Abe.
Yeah, from the 17th century.
The emo period.
Fucking Mango Way. Fuck you.
Right before the Meiji Restoration.
Yeah, I remember the emos were defeated in battle by the punk rockers.
Mods.
He's very he's like my little brother in that, like, I care for him deeply. I want to see him do well. The fact that he hasn't done better
disappoints you.
Yes, I personally hold it against him. But I'm also like, fuck this industry. If you don't understand how great Fumi is, fuck you.
Dude, Fumi's a killer, man.
And I get super pissed about it. He's one of those dudes where I'm like, I wouldn't like to hang out with him, but if you fucked with him, I would fucking stab you.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you fucked with my boy?
Of course.
Emo
Love
period?
Fumi.
No, fuck
Fumi.
no.
Yeah, fuck,
so
dude.
that's what it is. But like, we don't hang out just because I think we just like have a different idea of what it of like downtime is. First of all, Fumi does not have downtime.
No, Fumi like sex parties.
Yes, and even then he's running bits. He's running there. He's like, he's in the Eiffel Tower, and he's like, so what did we talk to you about my
Did you
mom?
say also in a American?
Also. Yeah, he's running bits even then. There's no downtime for Fumi, and I think that's the thing. I love downtime. I'm just like, listen, I'm gonna unplug. I'm gonna dive soon. I gotta chill. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna do this. So I think that's the difference. That's why we don't end up hanging out. But it's because of that. So I always think it's interesting that you and Osama are actually friends and actually hang out. Although, I mean, I don't know, like Fumi, I mean, Osama's like, he's like out every night. He's always doing stuff.
Yeah.
You know, does he get like, I think that's one thing too. Like Fumi doesn't, I drink a lot, way too much. And Fumi doesn't drink that much, which is good. But like Osama, he gets pretty lit.
Sometimes.
Really?
I'd say he and I get lit about the same amount.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't drink that much. Speaking of that, I want to get some more beers from the fridge. I think the thing is like he and I have a similar idea of a good time.
Yeah.
Like we like to, like we became friends and we started doing the podcast born out of the friendship.
Yeah.
Because he and I were just hanging out, and our idea of a good time is also just like literally fucking laughing.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So Mango Bay started on this couch here, and we're fucking out of our heads on mushrooms, and we're dying of laughter. We're fucking dying of laughter, and that inevitable two comedians hanging out question came out like, should we
Yes.
podcast?
Yes.
Podcast?
Yes.
And then it took like a year for things to get going, but it's because we were like trial and error.
Trying all these things, of course.
And it kind of came out to what it was. But it's like our thing is we have a lot of similar interests too, and like spirituality, video games, you know, pussy. Like
does he align with you as far as with the white women?
No, he will fuck all the white women. He will.
Yes,
you know, he will definitely. Yeah, put him out there in a blizzard, and he'll just be making snow angels. You know, in that blizzard of white women. So no, for him, he'll definitely get down with the white.
Do you guys do shrooms a lot?
No, not a lot. But we did a shrooms episode for Mango Bay. Check it out, y'all. One of our earlier episodes. Great episode.
Whoa.
Yeah, we did a shrooms episode. I think for our 100th episode, we're probably going to drop acid.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That is so different from what me and Fumi would do.
I know, dude.
I think
sometimes we envy you guys a little bit.
Really?
We don't envy you guys, but we're like,
okay,
that's,
there you go.
We respect
that was a little,
it,
okay,
you know?
okay.
Like we respect it because like these guys are like really orderly. And like they really like we'll start an episode. We'll be like, this is an episode about, you know, Lord Macaulay who ravaged India or something, you know. And then like 10 minutes into it, we're like,
did you come though?
Yeah,
you want to talk about coming? You know that.
It'll just be like the most weird, retarded. Sorry, I shouldn't say that word. Vile jokes imaginable, and it's just because that's our. When we hang out,
that's just what happens.
You know what I'm saying? That's just what happens. And it's like, we've tried to be like, okay, let's try and order the episodes. And then it just doesn't, it's just not us, you know?
Yeah. I feel...
and the people that we draw to us are people who get that. There's a very distinct Indian, Desi, South Asian energy to what we do, which is, it's tamasha, you know?
What the fuck is that?
It's just wildness, noise, you know?
Oh shit, I didn't know about that.
It's the roiling kind of mass of joy, basically, and chaos.
Is this something that I could read about, like on Goop or some shit like that, or what's going on?
On Goop, Goop can't handle the tamash, man. They can't handle the tamasha at all.
That's fun.
We're jungly vibes. That's the other term.
Okay,
jungly, which is just wild, feral. You know.
That's cool.
And so we're all just hopping around, and we're air humping each other, and like
I see that.
But in the middle of it, you see our true intellect and beings coming through, you know what I mean? Like there's no difference. We go in and out of it, and there is no in and out. It's actually on the same continuum. Right. It's a pure energy podcast. No, we call it. People are like, oh, it's an Indian. We're like, this is a love podcast. Yes, because that's what it is.
It's. I've said this before. It's crazy because you listen to Mango Bay and it'll be like, yeah, you fucking you coming, bro? And then all of a sudden, like a crazy knowledge dart will be thrown, and it'll just be like, that is why we need to be more interested in climate change. You know, like all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Dude,
and like, what the fuck's happening?
A few clips ago, like 2-3 weeks ago, we had clips, and it was about monism. You know, it's
shit.
You know, the philosophy, and we just go into that really randomly because we're just following the riff. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And we're always doing what we call stacking, which is we're just just building,
Wow.
and trying to create some
The
perfect-
craziness.
just building the craziness, trying to build some laughs.
Yeah, I mean, I feel for Fumi and I's next whatever big episode 250th, we'll probably or some shit. We'll probably be like, yeah, okay, this one is all about Excel. Yeah, when are you
the ultimate in order.
Are you really interested in concatenate? It's gonna be sick.
Oh my god!
What is this shit? What is this shit?
You have to try it, dude.
Whoa!
You have to try it.
Dang.
This is like the masha after your mouth. For sure.
Masha.
It's called besan kasev. And it is the shit. It's spicy, it's crunchy, it's the best. Here, you dip a spoon in and you eat some.
I have to use a spoon like this is heroin and shit?
Yeah, you have to
I
cook
got
it
a
up and
freebase?
inject
Okay,
it.
first of all, you dip it and then use this match,
Here,
bro.
just ground it up, man, and then just take a bump.
No, choke me. Like, what is this shit? You know what I love too is that because of I don't know whatever reason, like it like this packaging looks like this should cost 99 cents and it's $5.50.
Yeah, and here it is.
Yeah.
In India, believe me, it's less than 9 cents.
Oh yeah.
It's
I mean,
like 5 cents.
Yeah, every time I like in Vietnam, everything's like a nickel, and then now it's like $50. Okay, so this is the last thing on my outline. This is the Order podcast.
Hold on, eat some of the
I want
besan
some of this.
kasev.
Okay, hold on.
I'm gonna fix it for you. Give, okay?
With a spoon.
Yeah, with the spoon. I'm gonna give you your fix. It's a little spicy, but you're gonna love it. Okay, or not. You might hate it.
Why a spoon? Okay, well I see now because it's tiny.
Yeah, it's tiny.
Is it salty? Is it savory? Is it savory?
Salty.
Look at this.
Take
Look at this.
open your hand.
Oh, I see.
Just take a, oh, that's if you don't like it, just put it on the table there.
Really?
Take a little bit.
This is great.
Mm-hmm.
This is just crushed up ramen. Don't be trying to slide some shit by me. Like there's some real crazy Indian shit.
So it's crushed up
This is
shin
just
ramen.
this is some crushed up shin ramen. This
It's
is good.
great, dude. It's the fucking best.
Oh, I'm getting it over. Sorry.
It's all right.
We're with our guest Pranav Behari.
Hey, what's going on?
Now the last thing I want to
South
talk
Asian correspondent,
about. Yeah, you're our
elder
senior
statesman correspondent,
elder statesman, hot guy.
chest hair correspondent.
Chest hair correspondent.
Hello.
You have the most chest hair of any of our guests, I think.
I think so, combined.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. And ever. Because we usually have Asian people. Well, not always, but we don't have any here. So, the last thing I want to talk about is, so you've dated some Korean women.
Oh yeah,
Which I know of.
Yeah.
I assume there's more. You know a lot about Korean food.
I love Korean food.
Pranav,
Yeah,
do you have an Asian fetish? I'm gonna ask you.
You know what? Here's the thing.
You're serving me this ramen here and disguising it as
desi.
Indian
That's
food.
pure desi. Look, do I have a bit of a Silk Road thing going on?
Oh shit!
Do I? Am I a Silk Road legend? I don't know. No, because I can't date another Korean woman now because I can't just do it consecutively.
Right.
But here's the thing: is like growing up where I grew up, the only other non-white people I was around were Koreans and Vietnamese people.
Really?
Yeah. So like every morning, like as a little kid for like 2 years, I would be like carpooling with the parks.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying
know?
like as a little kid you'd be waking up and fucking Korean
Banging
people, and I'm
Koreans.
like, okay, all right, your energy.
And so and the other the other. Oh no, I opened you right there.
Oh.
The other minority that I was around a lot were Vietnamese people.
Okay.
Actually. And my dad worked with like a ton of Vietnamese people. So I was eating a ton of Vietnamese food growing up.
Shit.
And I had and I don't know what it is, but so I didn't really start dating Koreans until like I was in my 30s. But then also, I wasn't exposed after leaving PA that much until I came to New York. Mm-hmm. And I was like, whatever. It wasn't something that I was like going towards. But there is something weird about me and Koreans in that like throughout my life, and this isn't just women, right? I've always had like Korean friends.
Okay.
And I've always,
Right.
somehow I always end up coming together with some Koreans. Like
Okay.
in high school, one of my best boys, Julian Cho, shouts.
Whoa, Julian.
You know?
Yeah.
I used to hang out with this motherfucker all the time. We were deep. I got into a bunch of dumb shit together.
Yeah.
And then eventually I get to college. One of my best friends used to be Philip Kim.
Mm-hmm.
and I started really getting into the food then too.
Okay, yeah.
And then I ended up working exclusively for this Korean woman. She was my boss for like 3 years. She was a filmmaker. I worked for her I just always end up, I'm never looking for it, but the thing is, like, I love the food too.
Yeah.
So, and then you met both of my ex-Korean girlfriends.
Yes, I have.
I had one before.
One was one of our fans, so I think technically now we get to fuck one of your fans.
Okay, do it, man. Do it.
It'll
if
probably
you want
be,
to, if you can handle it.
It'll probably be someone named Tejas or something, but here we are.
Tejas?
Yeah.
I like that you went to Gujarati.
Yes.
With the name.
Oh, there you go. Okay. I can get into this. Okay. So, I mean, the converse on your side is that I was friends with a lot of Indian people, South Asians. And
did you fuck any?
I did not. But I don't know if this is like a Southern California thing, but a lot of them were Gujarati. And I learned that region, and then I learned about, like, okay, they are a certain way about this thing, and then
they're mad cheap for all the listeners. They're mad cheap, and they run India all the way from Gandhi up to this guy Modi.
Yeah, and they have this whole thing, and there's like colorism involved because they're like, we're different from those dirty South dark ones,
right.
And like this whole thing that was going on, and
dirty South.
Yes, exactly. And then there's like some of them were Muslim, so there was like this kind of thing about that, and so I always felt that, like, South Asian and then Asian people we're like for a long time kind of like in the same track as far as, like, we're competing for the same spots at Cornell. We're like, we're both getting beaten by our parents in different ways.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Different instruments.
Someone's got a spoon. Someone's got
flip-flop.
The flip-flop. Yeah. Someone's got the fly swatter. Whatever the fuck it is.
Fly swatter.
So like that's why I think that when we're growing up, we're like, we relate so much. When, like, I would go over to, and one of my best friends in high school, his name was Tejas, and I would go to his house all the time, and, like, I never judged him on his food. He never judged me on mine. Like, it's all good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that was sort of the thing. And so I go ahead with your story. So you like hung out with them more, like Korean people more. I just
because again, when you're in all these white environments, you kind of gravitate towards the people who are not that,
right?
Who are not, like, American in quotes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And, like, I'd be like, I remember I had to go to like a camp for, like, bad kids. And
really?
Yeah. And I was like, I don't want to fucking go to this.
What did you do?
I don't want to get into all that. But I was not a good kid, basically. Mm-hmm. And I see, like, a group of Korean kids there, and they just somehow, like, welcomed me
at the
in.
bad kids school?
At the bad kids camp.
That is so Korean.
And I'm like, who are these? They could do all these weird tricks with pens.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm like, oh fuck, these guys are lit. And then I would just get into trouble with these kids.
It's funny.
And I was just like, look, the other thing is, in terms of a fetish, it's like, again, I don't date white women, but on balance, I've dated more East Asian women than I have East Asian women.
Okay.
Like, most of my dating has been Middle Eastern.
Interesting.
Turks, Arabs.
Huh.
Last year I was dating a Turkish woman for a while.
Okay.
Before that, I dated like 2 other Turkish women.
Wow.
My longest relationship was with an Arab woman that was close to 5 years. Okay. So I don't really, like, actively seek out Korean, and I do like Koreans is the thing. Like, I do fuck with the culture. I love Korean food.
Yeah, dude, you're the one who told me about various K-dramas that I now watch. Itaewon Class.
I
was texting you. I was like, what should I watch?
Battle of the Bangs. That's what that show's about.
I'm watching all sorts of stuff. Sometimes, I mean, I knew you were deep into Korean culture because you and I went to Gopchang Story, which is, for people who don't know, it's in New York City, and it's a intestine.
Guts.
Yes. We got in them guts, and I don't mean sexually. I mean, maybe sexually, but also mouth wise, because that shit is like it's so good. It's really like
good. It took me a minute to get into it, but the person I was with at the time was like, "Come try it." And I already, just because I'm Hindu, I try not to eat too much beef.
Okay.
In general, but I saw some of it, and I was like, I gotta fucking eat that.
Yes.
Yes. And once I tried it, I was like, gonna eat this all the time now, which we did for a while. But yeah, I love gopchang.
So I wanted to also talk about this. So and to kind of tie this all together about Mike's journey to try to be a hot older guy, which is not happening.
You don't need to. You got a hot wife already.
I do. But I always have to have a contingency plan. So I feel like you kind of got to bead on like how to date all kinds of women. Like, South Asian men can date Asian women. There's this kind of thing too. I feel that that South Asian men can be considered like very traditionally handsome. Like
South Asian men.
Yeah, South Asian men.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Can be considered very like traditionally handsome. I remember, in college, like a lot of Asian girls were real into like the various South Asian men that were on campus.
Probably. Well, you went to Berkeley, and they were probably mad smart too.
They were all very smart. They're all engineers, but like a lot of them were good looking dudes. And I noticed it wasn't a problem or anything, but like I noticed that it wasn't like necessarily the other way. Like an Asian dude, I almost never saw an Asian dude date a South Asian girl. I don't think I ever saw it. I don't know if I can even think of one now. It's so.
I've known a couple.
Really?
Yeah, I've known a few. Not very close, but like some friends of mine, siblings would be in a long-term relationship with like an East Asian dude. I remember one of my friends, her parents were really upset because they were Bengali. And really deep. They don't even want you to date people who are not Bengali.
Oh shit.
And she was, in love with this Chinese guy, and they were together for a long ass time. I think they might have gotten married. So I've known a few.
Okay.
I've known a lot of crossover.
Okay.
Because because South Asian women won't date me.
Really?
I'm too wild, I think, for them.
What is that word? You got
jungly.
Yes.
Too jungly for them. And now they're kind of catching up with me a little bit.
Oh, right. We talked about this before.
Again, if I'm going to really not date, I'm going to date non-white people. Like they've got to be down with whatever this entity of Pranav is. And a lot of them turned out to just be like Arabs, Turks, like my fantasy as a kid was like, my ideal was like Indian woman. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like this is the kind of Indian woman I want to marry.
Right.
But they don't fuck with your boy,
That's funny.
They don't. And it's just like, well, whatever. What can I do about that?
So what can you do?
I just got to go for Arabs.
You got to go for Arabs. You got to go to Gopchang's store.
Yeah,
get those in to get them the guts.
Yeah, I got to go everywhere else in Asia.
Else. Where did you even meet? Where do you even meet like Arab women? You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I don't know. Like just on apps.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean the one who I was in a relationship with for a while, that was like a friend of a friend, and we just didn't set us up, but we met and we hit it off.
Got it.
Is
okay. So what I wanted to ask is,
I had a sex dream about her last night. Actually,
did you? Okay.
So wild.
He was even wild, even in the dream.
And the dream, I was just like, oh my god, I'm actually physically. She and I are really good friends, but I was just like, oh my god, I'm actually feeling physically attracted to you again.
Whoa.
It was weird.
That was weird.
It was good. It was good.
I wanted to ask.
Still got it. Still got the wet dream energy. What
is the way that Uncle Mike here? That's me.
Uncle Mike
could try to talk to Indian women. So I feel like there's a lot of like overlap in the culture, but then there's not a lot of overlap too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I already have no game as it is.
Well, I'm here to tell you as a guy who only dates Koreans,
yes, exactly,
and Arabs.
Yes.
I wish I knew the answer to that. I wish I did, because hey, how you doing? Doesn't fly
work
with them.
Okay.
Doesn't really fly with them. The thing is, like, I think a lot of Indian women in America are Indians in America are very much about assimilation in a way.
Okay.
In some ways.
Okay.
Now it's changing a little bit, but if you just have like a good job or something, they'll probably be like, let's talk.
Okay, I got that. All right.
And if they like you, your vibe physically or whatever, there's a match or whatever.
So my opening move should be my business card.
Yeah, exactly. Just pull it out. Not even yours though, because you're a creative business.
Oh, good one.
Forge one that says Morgan Stanley. Just like, hello.
Right. I just go up to them and just be like, hey, look up morganstanley.com on Google and just look at that for a while, and then we can talk for a minute. Is that the move? Okay.
Like, hey, my name is Michael Nguyen, but spell it WIN on the thing.
No, you know what's great about being named Michael Nguyen is that if you Google me, like 400 Michael Nguyen's who are really successful first show up before you get to me.
I wish I had that.
You know what I'm saying?
You would think there would be like way more of us out of like billions of Indians, and there's like 10. And I'm like the top of the Google searches.
No, you're not. Really? What are the other ones? Who are the other ones? What are they doing?
I don't know. Nothing
Cool.
Dying on the installment plan. I don't know. Fuck them.
Yeah, if you look up Mike Nguyen, it's like, you're getting dentists and you're getting lawyers. I mean, like the worst case scenario, you're getting like project manager at Google. You know what I'm saying?
Worst case scenario.
That's the guy who's like, oh, I really fucked up my life and I was at the bad kid school and I ended up at Google still. That's I think that's my move when I'm going to go in. If I see a nice South Asian woman. This is in the alternate reality where I'm a skeezy Uncle Mike, and I've got my deep V t-shirt on.
You're taking it out of retirement.
Yeah,
you bring the chest out from under the bed.
yeah. And I'm hitting
all your gear is there.
Yeah, all my gear. Yes, exactly. Yep. I've got did you ever wear the sweatband on the arm?
Oh no.
Oh no.
No.
That was me for sure. Yeah, Wade Robson project. You guys don't know what that means. And I was that's my move. I'm going. This is in the alternate timeline. I'm a single dude and I'm going up to people and I'm just like, Google Mike Nguyen.
Right.
And then, that softens them up. Boom. Now I'm in. Welcome, everybody. Hey, Google.
So you go up to the bar, Google me, bitch.
Google me. No, don't Google me. Google Mike Nguyen. Somebody else. Don't Google me.
I think the other thing I do like about Koreans is that they're hot-tempered.
Oh, yes, that's true.
K-Rage is real.
K-Rage is awesome.
And I'm a pretty hot-tempered person myself.
Are you?
I used to be.
Okay.
Way more.
Yeah, you seem pretty mellow.
Way more. But like I grew up around lots of hot-tempered people.
Yes.
And so like it's something I'm kind of used to a little bit, which is probably not mentally healthy, by the way.
That's very true.
I should probably deprogram myself from that. Break the patterns.
Yeah, I love burning buildings. I don't know what it is.
And lives.
Love running into buildings that are on fire.
Worlds.
Yeah, why not?
But yeah, they're hot temp. They get heightened. Sometimes it's something that I just relate to. I'm kind of comfortable with that.
There you go. There you go. I mean, I think that's what you got to have the hot temper in order for all the other. The creativity, the passion, the food.
Yeah.
You don't get to eat intestines unless you have deep rage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're like so mad about something.
I'm going to eat this. I'm going to eat his guts.
I'm going to eat the inside of this pig.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not just the outside.
Exactly. It's almost like a threat. Like, I'm going to eat your fucking intestines.
Yeah. It's a threat to all the other barnyard animals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Look what I did to your friend the pig here. If you don't
stand a chance.
You do
goat.
not. No, I like this thing.
Yeah.
One thing that's cool about doing this podcast at the last fucking minute, which is always what we've been doing lately, is that we can jump on shit that just happened.
Let's do it.
Fucking Trump is in the hospital.
Trump is in the hospital.
Yo, it's one of those things where you're like, man, for a long time up to now, I was like, man, I hope he gets it. But then I was like, knowing him, he's not going to get it because of some. Like,
that's how evil works.
He's like slippery as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He's a dude. If somebody tried to assassinate him, they would kill everyone around him, and he would be fine.
He would be fine.
He'd be fine, and be like, it's fine, no problem.
This guy has luck, man.
Dude, for sure.
The thing about him.
Now he's got it, and I'm just like, I was at a show and I heard some white girls talking about how somehow this is related to astrology, and so
wait, who was saying this?
Some white girls were just talking about, shouts to white girls and astrology for making this happen. Apparently this is what it is.
Maybe.
You know what? If it is,
white girls have no vibe though, and you need vibe to make shit happen.
Oh, good point.
Is
that what is missing?
Yeah, I don't think he got it from Hope Hicks. People say he got it from. I think Trump actually ate bat. I think that's who he was like, I'm going to try some bat. I think he actually is the only one who got it from eating a bat.
That's a good point. Yeah. He had a bat brought in.
Yeah.
To eat.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to eat a bat.
You know what? I'm just going to try it out.
I'm going to show him who's in charge.
Fry this first.
Yeah, exactly.
It's delicious. Okay, I love bats.
I'm going to have a McBat.
So now he has it, and I feel I don't know how to feel about it, because I'm like, I know people are like, oh, you shouldn't like wish ill of people. Hey, whatever. I'm more thinking about if it goes south and he doesn't live, I don't think that's a good thing. I really don't. Because, dude, I don't know what the fuck could happen next. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, dude, worst case scenario, and I've always said this, Mike Pence is way worse than Donald Trump.
Oh shit!
He's white ISIS, you know?
Dude, I'm thinking that Mike Pence fried that bat for Donald Trump.
I think Pence gave it to Trump.
For sure.
You know?
He fried it up and he's like, I got
this
something
is the
nice
Lord's
for you.
justice.
This is the Lord's. Hey man, Mama made this for you.
Yeah.
This is a fried bat. I want to try this fried bat.
Yeah.
I think he did it.
I'm way more scared of Mike Pence than I am Trump. And I think Trump, though, is going to survive it, though.
It's
going to work against everyone on Twitter is like losing their shit like, yes, he got it. The vibes work.
Oh my
It's
God,
like, nope.
yes.
No, you guys don't know who you're dealing with. First of all, this guy's the king of Twitter. So everyone on here who's like, I love Twitter and this is who your actual role model is, and he's going to win.
Yes.
Okay? He's going to win. He's going to beat it.
If he dies, I honestly think he would become the right-wing Tupac. Okay? He'd be like, you know, because like people would be like having sightings of him for years. His legend would grow.
You know what I'm saying? Sighting of Trump in Africa.
He would eventually show up at Coachella as a laser model, you know what I'm saying? Just should rise up out of the ground, do, you know, all eyes on me, you know?
He'll just actually do Tupac stuff.
Yeah,
too.
he'll actually just do Tupac stuff.
He'll get the Thug Life tattoo on his fat ass belly.
He will be at Coachella if he dies.
Dear mama.
I think best case scenario is he just like, he gets like, he can't talk anymore or something. That's like the best case scenario. Like he lives, but he just has like a raspy throat. He can't talk as much.
You know what? I think best case scenario is, I don't even know at this point, but people are like, I want him to die. I don't want Mike Pence in the driver's seat.
Yes.
I really don't. Because he's the worst of both sides. Trump being a fucking like horny like psycho actually gives me some comfort, you know?
Interesting. Why?
Because Pence is just like, I refuse to be alone with a woman. Because I might rape her. That's the implicit thing there. You know? It's like, because, you know, I can't control myself. And with Trump, it's just like, you know, hey, bring on the bitches. Love the fuck so much.
I love it.
You know, it's like he's not a hardcore Christian, and that gives me comfort.
Oh, I see.
You know?
I see. Because, I feel like with Pence, then he would bring on like all sorts of like ideology.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel with Trump, like, I mean, he's a fucking asshole, but like he's like out for himself. So you're kind of like, okay, I get what he's just doing it for himself.
He's just pretty pragmatic, actually.
Right. He's just like what?
Let's make money, baby.
Yes. What's the most? What is the most? Ratings I can get.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas Pence wants to straight up bring on Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, Pence has like 50 Twitter followers. You know? He doesn't give a fuck about that.
He doesn't give a shit about
Trump
that.
is like, I want to restore God's kingdom on Earth. You know, he's like he's a guy who's like he's getting real horny for the nuclear button.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
You're right. He's into that. All right. Well, I guess that means get well soon. Donald Trump.
I just don't want Pence in there. You know, anybody but him.
Right.
So I guess that includes Donald Trump. I don't know. I don't like saying things that are like even mildly favorable towards Trump. But I don't like, hey, how about this? Let's put it this way. I hope Pence dies.
Hey,
also. You know what I'm saying?
That's a bumper sticker right
That's
there.
a bumper sticker.
That's a bumper sticker.
Like, I want Pence to get it too.
Yes,
that would make me feel better.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I think
it's not that I want Trump to live and like prevail. I don't. I think he will because again, evil don't die like that.
No, he does not.
But I just want Pence to get it too.
Okay, yeah. So I think best case scenario now is Biden-Harris 2020. Bumper sticker says, I hope Pence dies.
Yeah, Pence gets it too.
2021, Trump at Coachella. Here we are. Okay, that has been another episode of Asian Not Asian. This wasn't a total shit show.
Dude, this is fun as fuck.
Okay, I mean, you know what? I've been sitting here.
This has been an episode of Mango Bay.
This has really been an episode of Mango Bay.
Hello.
That with just a little bit of
Lychee Bay.
Lychee. That's a good one.
Persimmon Bay.
I do. I feel we have so much in common. First of all, our snacks are exactly the same.
Yeah.
Although you mainline yours.
I do.
And we boil ours.
We freebase ours.
Yeah. We're out here boiling ours, and you're just like, nah, bro.
You got it raw.
Get it
Raw.
between the toes. Get it between the toes so that no one can find out.
Put it in my eyeball.
Pranav, tell the folks where they can find you.
Find me on Instagram at Pranahaha, Pranahaha. You already fucking know about Mango Bay.
You already know.
At your Mango Bay, YOURMANGOBAE. See that spelling bee skills.
Damn, dude.
Indian
That was
spelling bee
really good.
skills. Yeah.
That was really good.
It's out there. Follow my boy Michael Nguyen, MICHAELNGUYEN.
Use it in a
Boom.
sentence. Use it in a sentence.
What? Yeah.
Use it in a sentence.
Michael Nguyen can get it.
Find me on Instagram at Nice Pants Bro. Follow Instagram. Follow the pod's Instagram at AsianNotAsianPod. Contribute to our Patreon at patreon.com/AsianNotAsianPod. You got to Google it because we are not safe for work. So it is not searchable on Patreon. That's a fact.
Really?
And one that I'm very proud of, to be honest
Wait,
with you.
you can't be searched? Why?
We can't be searched on. If you go to patreon.com and search for Asian Not Asian Podcast, we won't show up. But
What?
if you Google it, then you can find us. I swear to God,
Whoa.
it's a thing. It's a whole thing. Or
It's a
just go to
conspiracy.
It is.
You got shadow banned from Patreon.
We got shadow banned. It's the Illuminati does not want us to spread the love of the anals. Okay, that's what it is.
Wow.
Asian Not Asian listeners, contribute to Patreon. I just said that. Check out our merch. You can go to AsianNotAsianPod.com/merch and find some merch. We got some good stuff there. Please take a screenshot and post it, and follow Fumi wherever he is. He's on I don't know where the fuck
sex
he is.
club.
He's at a sex club right now. He's probably finishing up his set with a towel, and
He's wiping up his set.
follow him on the Fumi Abe. That's TheFumiAbe. I also got spelling skills.
Wow.
Woo.
Wow. We got a dark horse coming up here.
I've heard him say it like a million times. So that's the show. Thank you so much for being on the show. We'll probably have you back on. I'd love to come back onto Mango Bay.
Oh, dude, we got it in the works.
I would love to be on there. I would love to bring.
The crossover episodes are too good.
They're so fun.
They're too good. We have all the entities here in the mangrove. Come on,
Mangrove.
Come on,
you
man.
you guys will do mescaline. I will bring the PowerPoint skills.
We will do some fucking mescaline. You're gonna do it too.
Or I bet you my PowerPoint would be fucking awesome on
It'll
mescaline.
crush. It'll
If
crush.
I would look at the star
It'll be
swipe.
the mescaline of PowerPoint.
Look at this fucking star swipe. It's fucking sick. All right, bye everybody.
Love you. Thanks.